Can we get serious about Josh Allen now? Is it time? Like, can we have real conversations about Josh and where he ranks in the NFL? Bro, there is no way Josh Allen should still rank above Jalen Hurts after what we keep seeing from him in the playoffs. There is no way Josh Allen should rank above Jalen Hurts when he continues to fall short time and time again. Supposedly, as an elite quarterback, a guy who is better than Jalen Hurts in the playoffs is Josh Allen is not the same guy in the playoffs as he is in the regular season, and we see that almost every single year. Jalen Hurts plays better in big moments than Josh Allen does. For the guy who you all say is better than Jalen Hurts in the playoffs, 8 seasons in the playoffs, he's lost in the wild card round, lost in the AFC Championship, lost in the divisional round 3 consecutive years, lost in another AFC Championship, and then this year lost in the divisional round. Bro, when are we going to start having real conversations about where Josh Allen actually ranks in the NFL? I'm not saying he's not an elite quarterback. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL, but he is not better than Jalen Hurts. He is not more of a clutch player than Jalen Hurts. He does not rise to the occasion more than Jalen Hurts does. Jalen Hurts is a way better postseason player than Josh Allen. Way better postseason player. And that's the guy I would rather have on my team. The guy who plays better as the season progresses, as the game progresses, in the crunch time, in the clutch. That's the guy I would rather have on my team. We need to start being real about Josh Allen, bro, because, bro, Josh Allen gets more slack than anybody in the NFL. Josh Allen gets way more slack than anybody else in the NFL. If anybody else had 4 turnovers, almost 5, in a playoff game, a divisional playoff game, if anybody else did what Josh Allen did, they would be being ridiculed from week to week, being called all types of things other than a good quarterback. Like, they would be being called out of their name if any other quarterback did what Josh Allen did in the divisional playoffs against the Broncos. There's no way. Like, if Jalen Hurts had 4 turnovers in a playoff game, y'all already know what y'all would be saying about him. If Lamar Jackson had 4 turnovers in a divisional playoff game, he's a running back. If Jalen Hurts had 4 turnovers in a divisional playoff game, he's a running back. Bro, if it was anybody else, literally anybody else, they would not get the same slack that Josh Allen gets. It honestly makes no sense, bro. Because it's crazy. And it's honestly the amount of slack that Josh Allen gets in the NFL. It's honestly crazy. And I'm really starting to see the bias more this season than I have in any other season. Because this season, I remember a game where Jalen Hurts had 4 turnovers against the LA Chargers, and he was called a game manager, less than a game manager, not an elite quarterback, a running back, a guy who is carried by the offense he is in, by the O-line he plays behind, by his high caliber defense. No one talked about how AJ Brown couldn't catch the ball that game. No one talked about how the O-line was struggling to protect Jalen Hurts. No one talked about the horrible play calling that Jalen Hurts was getting from the sideline and Kevin Patullo. No one talked about those things. But when it's Josh Allen, when Josh Allen has 4 turnovers, it's, oh, Sean McDermott needs to be fired. It's Josh Allen doesn't have real talent with him on the field. You know, Josh Allen did everything he could do. Like, bro, I've never seen the bias when it comes to the quarterback conversation. I've never seen the bias more than this season. And it's honestly insane. It's insane. Like, bro, and what makes it worse is it's not even just Jalen Hurts. Like, Even if we look at Lamar, another elite quarterback, like Josh Allen gets more slack than anyone else in the NFL. Bro, Josh Allen having 4 turnovers in a divisional playoff game gets more slack than Lamar Jackson having 2 turnovers in a divisional playoff game. Josh Allen tallies 4 turnovers, almost 5 turnovers in a divisional playoff game. He's not to blame. It's the coach's fault. It's the talent around him not executing. Lamar Jackson gets two turnovers in a divisional playoff game. Oh, Lamar, you can't count on Lamar in the postseason. He's a choker. He'll fold. He folds in big moments. He's not a winner. He's a running back. He's a receiver. He's not a true elite quarterback. Like, bro, and I'm not giving Lamar a pass for playing the way he has played in big time moments in the playoffs. But if we're gonna talk about one guy, if we're gonna criticize one guy for coming up short in the playoffs, for playing sloppy in the playoffs, we got to keep that same energy for everybody else. Like we got to keep that same energy for everybody else. We can't talk bad about Lamar for doing one thing, but then ignore Josh Allen when he does worse. Ignore Josh Allen when he does worse on the same stage. It's honestly crazy. I've never seen the bias more. I've never noticed the bias more in any season than I am right now in this season, because this is crazy. This is honestly crazy. But when it comes to Jalen Hurts specifically, though, when it comes to Jalen Hurts specifically, Jalen Hurts gets more blame than I have seen any other quarterback get. More blame than I have seen any other quarterback get in a year. Like, bro, it's crazy because if this, I can't help to think if this was Jalen Hurts in this situation, getting four turnovers, 2 interceptions, 2 lost fumbles, 1 fumble that could have been a turnover. If Jalen Hurts was in this situation, he would not be forgiven by the general NFL fan base. He would not be forgiven. Like Josh Allen in the divisional playoffs against one of the best defenses in the NFL, in a year where he didn't have to worry about Patrick Mahomes outplaying him, Joe Burrow outplaying him, Lamar Jackson outplaying him, in a year where he possibly had his best chance to get to at least a conference championship, maybe a Super Bowl. Not saying it would have been easy because of the defenses he would have had to face, but in a year that really would have been his best chance, he tallies 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 2 lost fumbles in what could have been a legacy-defining game for him. And even if you take one of those interceptions away, which, really should have been a catch, even if you take that controversial call away, you still have 3 turnovers. You still have 1 interception. You still have the 2 lost fumbles. And he almost would have had a 4th, fumbling the ball again. Josh Allen, there's no way we can give Josh Allen a pass for the way he played in this most recent playoff game. Because we wouldn't have given this pass to any other quarterback in the NFL. We wouldn't have given this pass to any other quarterback in the NFL. There's no way he gets a pass after the way he played against the Broncos. There's no way. Bro, but when I look at Jalen Hurts, if this was Jalen Hurts, we like the ridicule this man would be getting would be on another level. Because Jalen Hurts honestly gets blamed more than any other quarterback in the NFL. For any other quarterback in the NFL. Like, if we're looking at Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen literally had more turnovers in this game against the Broncos than Jalen Hurts has had his entire playoff career. 3 playoff runs. Really 4 playoff runs. In 4 playoff runs, Jalen Hurts had less turnovers in those entire runs, which include two runs to the Super Bowl, had less turnovers in all of those collective runs than what Josh Allen had in one divisional playoff game. Divisional playoff game. Not even the AFC Championship, not the Super Bowl, a divisional playoff game. When are we going to be real about where Josh Allen ranks in terms of NFL quarterbacks? Because it's not above Jalen Hurts. It is not above Jalen Hurts. It is not above Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts gets blamed more than any other quarterback in the NFL. For any other quarterback in the NFL. When he doesn't have as many lows. Like, if we're looking at these situations, bro, like Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. If like, bro, Jalen Hurts in the playoffs gets blamed more than any. Jalen Hurts just in general gets blamed more than any other quarterback in the NFL for literally the same things. For doing the same things. Like, Mark Andrews drops a game-winning catch in the playoffs. It's not Lamar's fault. Lamar did just about everything he could do. Travis Kelce drops a game, what could have been a game-sealing pass in the regular season against the Eagles. It's not Patrick Mahomes' fault. He did everything he could do. Bro, AJ Brown drops three passes. Three passes in a wild card game. 3 passes in a wild card game, the biggest game of our season so far. It's all Jalen Hurts' fault. An elite receiver like AJ Brown, the guy who's supposed to be the best receiver in the NFL, most talented receiver in the NFL, drops 3 passes, plays that we have grown accustomed to seeing him make. It's Jalen Hurts' fault. Jalen Hurts should have had better ball placement. He should have been more accurate. He should have made a different decision. Should have made a different decision. Like, Jalen Hurts gets held to a higher standard than any other quarterback in the NFL. He gets held to a higher standard without the higher praise when he does come through, when things do go right for the Eagles. Like, it honestly makes no sense. like, bro, the levels of blame make no sense. We blame, like, the NFL fan base blames Jalen Hurts more for doing the same things, same situations that other quarterbacks find themselves in, but doesn't get the same amount of praise when he reaches the highs. Like, bro, Josh Allen, it's honestly crazy how Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, like, it's honestly crazy how guys like that get more praise for losing in the AFC Championship or losing in the Super Bowl than Jalen Hurts gets for winning the Super Bowl and getting Super Bowl MVP. It's honestly crazy how other guys in the NFL get more praise for doing things, for falling short, for not getting the job done, than Jalen Hurts gets for actually accomplishing the end goal. Jalen Hurts actually reaching the top of the mountain. It's honestly crazy. Like, it's honestly, at this point, there's nothing Jalen Hurts can do right for him to get that respect. Like, no matter what Jalen Hurts does, he's never going to get the respect from the general fan base that Josh Allen has been handed, that Joe Burrow has been handed, that Lamar Jackson has been given. Like, there is nothing Jalen Hurts will be able to do at this point to get that credit, that benefit of the doubt. There's nothing he'll be able to do at this point. Nothing he'll be able to do. And it's honestly crazy, bro. We need to start having real conversations about Josh Allen. But in looking at this matchup, bro, Bo Nix outplayed Josh Allen. Bo Nix clearly outplayed Josh Allen. And I've been saying this about the Broncos since October. I said the Broncos had the best chance of getting to the Super Bowl other than the Kansas City Chiefs at that time, which at that time was saying something. I've been on this Broncos train since October. I knew this defense was elite. With an elite defense, with a talented offense on the other side of the ball, an offense with a true wide receiver one in Cortland Sutton, an offense that has a good run game, an offense that has a talented coach in Sean Payton, but also an offense that has a talented quarterback at the helm in Bo Nix. I've been on the Broncos train since October. I knew what the Broncos could be capable of. And we saw that again in this game against the Bills. That honestly, if Bo Nix wasn't hurt, the Broncos could probably win it all this year. If Bo Nix wasn't hurt, the Broncos could probably win it all this year. But Bo Nix outplayed Josh Allen. Bo Nix outplayed Josh Allen. 279 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Bo Nix was more of a clutch player than Josh Allen, the reigning MVP. Bo Nix is honestly similar to Jalen Hurts in the fact that he plays better in the clutch. He plays better in the crunch time, in the biggest moments of the game. Bo Nix right now is the only quarterback in the NFL that has put up 33 points in one quarter. In one quarter. Bo Nix right now leads the NFL in comeback wins with 12. 12 comeback wins in the NFL. Bo Nix plays better in the clutch time of the game, in the crunch time of the game, than most quarterbacks in the NFL. He's similar to Jalen Hurts in that regard. And on Sunday, he showed that he plays better in the crunch time than Josh Allen. He plays better in crunch time, in clutch moments of the game, than Josh Allen. Bo Nix vastly outplayed Josh Allen on a playoff stage. That should tell you the type of conversations we should be having about Josh Allen. But Bo Nix definitely deserves his respect after this weekend. Definitely deserves his respect after this weekend. Bo Nix is a winner. And honestly, if he wasn't hurt, the Broncos would probably win the whole thing this year. They probably would. But bro, something I find funny, something I found funny from this divisional playoff round was CJ Stroud and the Texans losing to the Patriots. CJ Stroud was definitely the reason why the Texans lost. He was definitely the reason why the Texans lost. The Texans defense honestly did everything they could against Drake May in that offense. Especially the pass rush. Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter did not make it an easy day for Drake May whatsoever. Like Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter and this Texans pass rush, this Texans secondary for the most part, were really doing everything that they could. Everything that they could. If we're looking, 5 total sacks on the game for this Texans defense. Danielle Hunter racked up 2. Will Anderson with 3 sacks. The best pass rush duo in the NFL showed up in this game. But they couldn't get any production from the offense, from CJ Stroud in the offense. CJ Stroud was the reason why the Texans lost this game with 4 turnovers. Now, I will say, in the Texans losing this game to the Patriots, the offense was injured for sure. Nico Collins going down with a concussion the week before. No Tank Dell for, I believe, if not the entire season, most of the season. Dalton Schultz goes down during the game. I will say injuries did not make it easy on CJ Stroud when going up against this Patriots defense with Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Christian Gonzalez in that Patriots secondary. I will say the injuries on offense did not make it easy for CJ Stroud, but CJ Stroud also did the offense no favors the way he was kind of careless with the football. 4 turnovers, just really not looking accurate at all in this game against this defense. Even though offensive injuries did play a factor, CJ Stroud did no favors for the Texans in this matchup against the Patriots. But what makes CJ Stroud losing to the Patriots funny is the fact that just a year ago, CJ Stroud was trying to big brother Caleb Williams. Was really trying to son Caleb Williams. Like, bro, trying to give him old head advice like he's been in the league like for 6+ years, 10+ years. Like he really has accomplished something at this level, at this stage. In year 2, after one good season, CJ Stroud is trying to son Caleb Williams as if he's done something. You fast forward to this weekend. He tallies 4 turnovers, 4 turnovers and a loss to the Patriots in the divisional round of the playoffs. Hasn't won anything since. That moment with Caleb Williams. That's honestly what makes this moment funny, is the fact that CJ Stroud went from being a being a top 5 quarterback for that season, thinking he was at an all-time high, to now being where he is now. That's honestly what makes it funny, especially when you realize that when it's all said and done, Caleb Williams is going to have more rings than CJ Stroud. Caleb Williams is going to accomplish more than CJ Stroud when their careers are all said and done. That's honestly what makes it hilarious. CJ Stroud trying to son Caleb Williams. It's hilarious when you realize, from what we saw this weekend, from what we saw in the divisional round of the playoffs, Caleb Williams will accomplish more in his career than CJ Stroud. Caleb Williams has the tools to get it done. He has the coaching to get it done. And frankly, he has the motivation to get it done. I honestly can't wait to see Caleb Williams have a rematch against CJ Stroud. I cannot wait for Caleb Williams to have a rematch against CJ Stroud. With the season the Bears had, the year that they are coming off of, with the defense they have, arguably the best secondary in the NFL, an underrated pass rush, the offense that they have, the receivers that they have, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, the best tight end duo in the league in Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet, improved offensive line with Joe Thuney showing off that versatility he showed off in the divisional round. Caleb Williams has everything he needs to reach the heights that CJ Stroud has only been able to dream of at this point. I honestly can't wait for a rematch between Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud, because I honestly think Caleb Williams will embarrass CJ Stroud the next time these two go head to head. And it would be hilarious if Caleb Williams pulled a little Uno reverse card and hit him with the, "Hey bro, you got a bright future in this league. Bro, just keep doing what you're doing. Stay focused." Bro, I honestly can't wait for that rematch. But yeah, bro, Caleb Williams definitely has a way higher ceiling in the NFL than what CJ Stroud has. And we saw that in the way Caleb Williams played against the Rams. Now, I know he had 3 turnovers, a game-losing turnover on what could have been a game-winning drive. But when you think about where he and the Bears were last year, where this team was last year, him included, to what they ended up doing this year, when you think about the turnaround Caleb Williams made from year 1 to just year 2, almost beating Matt Stafford and an elite Rams offense with 2 of the best receivers in the league, 2 receiver ones in Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. When you think about the fact that Caleb Williams almost beat that unit in a shootout with this young Bears core, bro, the ceiling for Caleb Williams is it's unreachable. It's unreachable. Like Caleb Williams could honestly be among the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL as soon as next year. It's honestly scary when you think about the jump Caleb Williams made from year 1 to year 2, which you usually see guys have a sort of slump in year 2, when you think about the jump that he made, the turnaround that he made in just 1 year, bro, imagine what he could do in year 3 or year 4 or year 5. Like, there are not a lot of quarterbacks that will be able to beat Caleb Williams in a shootout in the next 2 or 3 years. It's not a lot of guys that'll be able to beat him in a shootout. Not a lot of guys at all. Like, when you look at Caleb Williams, bro, Caleb Williams showed in this divisional game against the Rams that he might have the highest ceiling when it comes to a quarterback in the NFL. He might have the highest ceiling out of any quarterback in the NFL. When you look at from where he was in year 1, being one of the worst offenses, running one of the worst offenses in the NFL, to now in year 2, operating one of the most dynamic offenses in the NFL with the help of Ben Johnson. Bro, there's no telling what this man can be in year 3, year 4, or year 5. This season, in year 2, Caleb Williams is tied for most game-winning drives in the NFL with 7. Like, Caleb Williams, the reason, like, it's honestly crazy. Caleb Williams probably has the highest ceiling out of any other quarterback in the NFL. Honestly, probably has the highest ceiling. But honestly, seeing the jump Caleb Williams made this year, it honestly just proves the difference coaching can make for a quarterback. Seeing the jump Caleb Williams made this year, it proves the difference that coaching can make. How much quality coaching means for an offense, but most specifically a quarterback. Jalen Hurts has made 2 Super Bowl runs in his career in 3 years with nowhere near as elite of a play caller or offensive coordinator as what Caleb Williams has in Ben Johnson. The fact that Caleb Williams can make the jump that he made from year 1 to year 2 with the help of Ben Johnson, it honestly just gives me so much more faith in what Jalen Hurts could do with an actual competent OC. With really what he could do with a play caller even close, even like maybe right under the caliber of Ben Johnson. Like, what the turnaround the Bears made this year, Ben Johnson coaching up Caleb Williams, it just showed you how vital coaching is to an offense. No matter how talented, it showed you the difference quality coaching can make. If Caleb Williams can do what he did in year 1, can make the jump that he did from year 1 to year 2, imagine the turnaround Jalen Hurts can have, the improvement Jalen Hurts can have if they get Brian Daboll in office as OC. If they get Cliff Kingsbury in office as OC. If they get Mike McDaniel in office as OC. Bro, that turnaround would be scary. That jump, that improvement could be scary. For sure. But that's all we got for today's edition of No Shame with Shane. If you haven't already, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms, and I will be back later on with more shameless takes.